Hi, my name is Gord Miller. I'm the Environmental Commissioner of Ontario, and I'm here today to release a new report. It's a report to the Legislature of Ontario on energy conservation, and I do this once a year. This report is on 2010, and it's called Managing a Complex Energy System. Now, it's a big, long report. There's lots of information. I'm just going to tell you about the sort of 6 sections that are in the report, and a little bit of detail in each case to give you a sense of what you can find in the report, and you can look it up yourself, hopefully, and find more information. So of the 6 sections, the first one is on Ontario's long-term energy plan. And it's good that we have a plan, a new plan. It's not really a long-term energy plan at all, because it really only deals with the electricity. So it's a long-term electricity plan, but that's okay. It's certainly needed. And one of the good features of the new long-term plan is that it sets 2 new kinds of targets for Ontario. Well, we've always had targets for the peak demand of electricity, targets to reduce that peak demand because peaking is a real problem in our electrical system. But now we also have targets for the total consumption of electricity in terawatt hours, and that's a big improvement. So going forward, they've laid out for a number of years forward the 2 targets to be met. So it's a good thing. There's a section in the report on pricing policy, because electricity pricing in Ontario is a very controversial subject, and I think that that deserves another video, which we will do. The third area is we call CDM, Conservation Demand Management Programs for the Ontario Power Authority and the local distribution companies. What these are a variety of programs that are funded by the ratepayers, a small bit of money on your utility bill, but these are programs to increase the efficiency, conserve energy, make more efficient use of energy, and overall make the general system more efficient. Now, it's good we have a plan going forward. We have some money set aside from January 2011 to the end of 2014. We're having a little trouble getting off to a good start, though. We're halfway through 2011 as I speak, and we haven't got all the programs running yet, and we're a little concerned about what happens after 2014. But nonetheless, it's basically a good thing, and it's explained in the report. The fourth section I want to talk about is about natural gas and conservation. In natural gas, the conservation is not called CDM, it's called DSM, the demand side management, but it's essentially the same thing. And recently we've had programs in the past to increase the efficiency and conservation of natural gas, and they've worked very, very well. In fact, it was recommended widely that the funding for those programs be increased by the Ontario Energy Board, that's who approves funding, and we thought that going forward we'd see an increase in conservation programs in natural gas too. But to our surprise, and something that I don't agree with in the report, the Ontario Energy Board has chosen not to increase the funding for conservation going forward, which is a big disappointment. The fifth area of the report I want to talk about is smart grids. Well, we've probably heard of the term smart meter, because smart meters have been installed throughout Ontario, millions of homes. And they're the first enabling step to something that will take some years to produce, which is a technologically advanced smart grid in Ontario. And again, that's a fairly complex topic, and I'm going to do another video to deal with that particular recommendation, but there's a good description in the report. The final section is on barriers to alternative heating and cooling in the policy system of Ontario. And what we mean by that, by one example, is the situation relating to solar panels on roofs. There's 2 kinds of solar panels you can have: the ones that are photovoltaic and produce electricity, solar PV, and the other ones that usually use water or air to capture heat directly from the sun, where you heat your home or heat your domestic water. That's solar thermal. Right now in Ontario, we have a microfit financial incentive to produce electricity and solar PV, but all the incentives that we used to have for solar thermal have been terminated. So right now there's a misbalance. There's an economic incentive to shift everything to solar PV, even though solar thermal has some tremendous advantages in some cases, including a reduction of greenhouse gas production. So we think there should be a little better balance there. That's the kind of discussion that occurs in that section of the report. So that's a bit of a sense of the overall report. I hope you'll take the time to download it from our website, www.eco.on.ca.